Now, I'm a very happy camper because I've been able to stay within the budget. Now, I just had to spend another $1 for gasoline because I used up the first $1. I've been able to make the engine run. I've been able to make the vehicle move. The steering is not as bad as I thought. It was my 85-year-old dad. The steering got a little hard for him. But now it's time to start working on the brakes. But before we jump on the brakes, I'd like to kind of mix it up a little bit so we don't get too frustrated or bored with our repairs. We're going to switch it up a little bit. Instead of doing some mechanical works, because like I say, I've got it running, moving, steering, I have no brakes, but I'd like to take a little break and turn our attention to some of the cosmetics of the vehicle. It's amazing what just a little bit of cleaning is going to do. We're going to concentrate on this grill guard and the grill. We're going to clean it up, prep it, and put some linseed oil. Yes, I'm going to keep the patina because of course that works our budget. If you remember, we're going to get this vehicle back on the road for $1,000 or less. So far, I'm doing good. Let's cross our fingers. Like I said, we're going to take a little break from doing the mechanical part. I don't know if everybody likes doing that, but it sort of breaks the monotony. We're going to clean up this grill and make it look better. Yes, I'm going to keep the patina. Now, all this old stuff here, this grill guard, it looks pretty okay until you really look at it. If you check it out, you're going to see this guy took a direct hit. I might be able to straighten it out, but even if it's not perfect, I'm still probably going to put it back on. We're going to be working with a bunch of rusty fasteners, and I'm going to show you the technique that I've had a lot of success with. So we're going to take this grill guard off, and then we're going to start cleaning up this grill. Now, the bare bone budget garage, which is us, we don't have a pressure washer. We don't have this foam machine. We're going to have to find another way that's just as good to get this grill prepped so we can put that linseed oil and make it look shiny. Come on. 1952 Chevrolet pickup. Almost every single fastener on this vehicle's got some form of rust on it. Now, I was introduced to this little mixture that works great. It works better than most of the store-bought. You're going to need some ATF. What's that? Automatic transmission fluid. Also, you're going to need a glass jar because the acetone will eat away at some of the plastics. And we're going to have a good seal on that because all the acetone is going to evaporate. It's a 50-50 mix. We're going to take about 50% of this jar and put some automatic transmission fluid. It's not rocket science, so I put some transmission fluid. And then I want you to notice the special cap on this container. It's not a screw-on type because this chemical, this acetone, evaporates so quick and easily, we want to make sure it gets snapped on. So we're going to put about 50-50 mix of the acetone and the automatic transmission fluid, and we're going to make sure it doesn't evaporate. We're going to stir it up just a little bit. What we have here is some of the best, better than you can buy, to penetrate the rust and to help us take these fasteners off without breaking them. It works great. Glass jar, tight lid, 50-50, and we're ready to go. Come on. So, this is not that bad, but we want to learn the technique. Most of these threads are in decent shape. The worst part is right in here. Before we put any penetrating in there, we're going to go ahead and brush. Now, I want you to truly understand our target area is right in here. Before we put any of the penetrating lubricant in there, we're going to brush it. And we're going to try and get as much of that rust broken off. I've brushed it. I'm going to take some of our acetone and ATF in our sealed jar. I'm going to dab that guy on there. All right, I'm going to let that guy start going in there. And then I'm going to shock it. How am I going to shock it? No, not with an electrical shock, but a wake-up shock. Let me show you what I'm talking about. First we brushed it, and then we put the acetone, and then we do this. Okay, bolt, nut, get ready to come off. This is very helpful to have that penetrating lubricant to get in there. Now this one's not that bad, but we're going to let it soak a little bit. Heck, let's just knock this one out. It's that easy. We come in here, we brush it up, we get it cleaned up because they're all going to come out. We do that. We put a penetrating cleaner in here. It needs to be shaken up so it stays mixed up. I'm going to put some of this in there, and then I'm going to shock it a little bit. Make sure to put the lid on this because all your acetone will evaporate. So there, we put that on there, and then we say, hey, nut, get ready to come off. Give it a couple of bangs on each side. This one is not that bad, but this is the beginning of many challenging fasteners. And this one should come off just fine. Okay, let's see. Really easy. This saves you all kinds of trouble when you start working with rusty nuts and bolts. Now what I want to show you is that, yes, I want to be exactly specific on where you have to concentrate your interests. So we'll take this guy off. Alright. And I want you to see the threads. They're not all rusted. It's only right along the edge that you have to get past. So that's where you have to brush it, and then that's where you have to put the penetrating. The threads on the inside of this nut are fine. The fusion takes place right on the edge right here. It does not rust all the way through, and if you prep it just right, you're going to have success on every single one of these. Come on. Come on, let's have some fun. Right over here. Got myself a nice little work area, and we're going to put it right in here. I wonder why there's so much old rusty stuff hanging around here. Have you seen my grease gun collection? I've been collecting for a long time. All of these old grease guns, I don't know why I like them. Now we're having pretty good luck with the fasteners. Even though these may be 60, 70 years old, I'm going to be able to reuse them. We're going to take this apart, and as I mentioned, this one right in here, I'm going to make a jig, and I'm going to try and straighten it out before I do anything with it.